All of the remaining parts and pieces were cut out of their sprues and then cleaned up a little bit. Specifically these seats, they were pretty bad. They had a lot of excess plastic on it that squeezed through the molds, so that needed to be removed, and the hole in the back needed to be patched and then sanded smooth. With that all said and done, I could move on to priming all these parts and then painting pretty much all of them in different shades of black. With the 50 shades of black now applied, I moved on to adding some flocking. I put down some Humbrol enamel black as a glue in a similar color to the flocking from Scaleproduction, and then generously sifted all that flocking through a tea sifter onto the parts that needed to be flocked and had that carpety look. And while that was drying, I moved on to adding a lot of details here and there on the dashboard and also on the door panels, with some Vallejo flat black and also some Vallejo silver here and there. The buckles got some red detail, and then I added the black to the housing. The center console, handbrake, and shifter could be glued in place. I could then glue the headrests onto the back seat and then start gluing those seats in place as well. With the buckles now in place, I could move on to the next step in that detail set, and that is the rear view mirror and also a logo on the steering wheel. Now before everyone starts, I know I should not have used it, but I didn't really have anything other to use instead, so I figured why not just use it. That was a bad decision on my part. Next time that will not happen again. Maybe that will not happen again. And to add a bit more detail, there were a couple of buckles included in that photo etch set, so I also added some of the seatbelt material from Scaleproduction. This time I chose for red, since it is still a pretty racy or race car inspired car, and I thought red seatbelts would finish it off. With the belts now all glued in place, the rest of the interior could be finished off as well. In part 2, I painted and detailed the wheels out, and in this part I'm going to shave half of the wheel off as it was a bit too wide, so I just sanded it smooth until it was flush with the rest of the tire. A couple more parts for the chassis were glued together. I added some grills to the front bumper from that photo etch set, and then the chassis, interior and body could be married together. In order to make the wheels fit inside of the disc brakes or the disc brakes around those wheels, I needed to slim the center of the wheels down a bit to slip them on. A bit of glue was put on to assemble it all together permanently, and then that assembly could be glued into the wheel well to fit nice and snug and make it look really nice and low as well. The rear got a similar procedure, but some spacers were added as well. I just took out a hole punch on a piece of plastic sheet, then punched out a couple of these pieces and glued them on top of each other until it was wide enough and the wheel could be fit up flush to that fender. Overall, the wheels might be a little bit too big, but I kind of like it and I kind of don't, and I'm kind of gonna keep it this way because I kind of like it more than that I don't like it. With that said, I moved on to gluing in a lot of clear parts and a bit more assembly all over the place. The hood ornament was assembled from some parts from that photo etch set and then carefully glued in place. A couple of decals were put onto the center caps of the wheels with some gold BBS logos. The license plate was put on, and I also glued on some Scaleproduction exhaust pipes. And when looking at that chassis, I totally forgot that I simply did not do anything other than paint it black, so I took out a brush, some silver paints, and then started my way on making that drivetrain silver. Then I kind of noticed that it was a bit too silvery, so I decided to start weathering it, doing a bit of dry brushing with some silver, then toning that down with some gunmetal and also some flat black, and later on adding some pigments from Alclad to make it a bit dirtier and give it a bit of a rusty color, and finally finish it off with some Panelline accent color from Tamiya. And with that, this one is finished. I overall really like the outcome of the build. It wasn't a super detailed and long build, but that is mainly because of the high quality that the body from Scaleproduction is in. I didn't really need to do any fixing or fitting. It was just a sand, paint, and assemble kind of deal. And I really want to thank Scaleproduction for sending me this body free of charge to show you guys. I hope you enjoyed this build. On to the next one.